Well, good morning, friends. Welcome back. We're out and about today. Went to coffee early this morning with the boys and come up and saw Mom for a little bit here at the nursing home. And now I'm headed out to a field here just north of town to haul some soybeans up to the elevator. The farmer I worked for a few years hauling, I told him if he got in a bind to give me a call, and apparently he's in a bind today and Thursday, Tuesday and Thursday this week. So I'm going to go up and help haul some soybeans. So if you guys want to come along, stick around. We'll get to trucking. Harvest is just starting up. They're getting into soybeans, which usually is first in the order with soybeans and corn, unless you're doing wet corn. So this time of year it's hard for a lot of the farmers to find enough help, especially truck driving help, to haul the corn or beans into where they need to go. So if anybody's looking for a job and they know how to drive, check out a local farmer. I'm sure they would welcome the help. Now, I don't know what it's like in other areas of the country, but here in the Midwest, literally every business in town, from fast food to auto parts to farming like we're going to go help with today, has a help wanted sign in the window. I don't know how people can actually be unemployed without a physical disability in this day and age, but that's here. I don't know if it's that way in the big cities or not. I have to assume that it's kind of this way countrywide, but let me know how it is in your area. Are you experiencing the same things that we are here in the Midwest, where you almost hard to be unemployed? Now, you heard me mention wet corn. You probably may be wondering what wet corn is. Well, that's corn where the moisture is high or too high to be stored in a grain bin, and most of the time the feedlots will take that corn to feed hogs or cattle, cows, steers, whatever. They will take the wet corn this time of year, but you can't put that in a bin because it'll go bad on you. You have to wait till it dries down quite a bit, or you got to run your dryers in your bin, which gets very expensive, and literally they don't want to do that unless it's already almost dry. Alright, here's the field here. Looks like they've opened it up and they've filled the grain bins and both trucks. One truck's already gone. I think my cousin took it. So we're going to be taking the other one in this morning and freeing up space, getting these grain carts empty because it's full. And then that way, when they want to start combining at about 11 a.m. this morning, they'll have room to dump the combines over here. Packed our lunch and got our water bottle this morning. Go over and get this rig warmed up. Before we start the truck, we've got to check the oil and the fluids and all that. Gotta wait for our lights to go off. All of our lights are working back here. Got to close the tarp now. That way all of our beans don't blow out going down the road. Alright, looks like we're squared away other than a dirty windshield. So away we go. Going up to a little town called Anselmo, Nebraska. They're taking soybeans, and that's where these babies are going. So we'll see you there. Alright, we got here to the elevator. We rolled our tarp. We have a remote to do that from inside the truck. So now we need to pull onto the sampling area here. Let them know who we are. Alright, we got the okay to come up to the scale. I could barely hear him. It was like wah, 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 like Charlie Brown. They've changed the process since I was up here before. You got to scan the card. Luckily, I figured out there was a card here on the dash. And then they just tell you on the screen what to do. It said to go to pit number 1, which is the one here on the left. Now I forgot all my landmarks, how far I got to pull up, so I got to figure that out here on the first load. Get the traps right on the dump bin or the pit here. They also got crank anchors here now, so he told me where to stop. I didn't have to figure it out, but now I know my landmarks for later in case they get busy and don't have crank anchors. Kind of convenient. Don't even have to get out of the truck here no more. Used to have to dump my own load. Okay, we're empty, and now we just head over here to the outbound scale. I'm assuming we need to scan our card again. It's all computerized now, and then once it says we can leave, we're back on the road. Now we know the drill here. We can get through a lot smoother next load. Alright, a little over 54,000 pounds, which is just over 900 bushels or so. Go back to the field, we'll get some more. This is where they store all the corn, or a lot of it, out here in this open pit. They've got it all ready to go, looks like. I've been working on the roads up here, putting some new oil down, so got one-way traffic going on. Having to go into town with this broken fuel gauge, I want to make sure the fuel is topped off. Normally we're not going to have to come down through here, which is nice. Alright, we're here to get some diesel and clean these nasty windows. Now when you fill up where they fill up the trucks, you've got a satellite pump, which is what this is called. So you pay on that one, and you can use both sides, fill in both tanks, because most trucks have a tank on each side. Well, it's not perfect, but it's better. The other good thing about truck stops, they got them big long handle squeegees, so you don't have to pop the hood and climb on the engine. And you can go inside and wash the diesel off your hands. So let's get back out to the field. Alright, we're back to the field, and they're going to put that grain cart on my rig here. My cousin's probably doing some other maintenance stuff. He does works full time for this outfit. Alright, we're all loaded up. We're going to take this load, and then we got to come back and take the load that's in the other truck over here. It's already loaded up, that truck there. When we get back, we'll hop over in there, do it again. What was the old song back in the 80s? Round and round. Okay, we are back at the field here. Gonna line this truck up so they can just fill them on down the line, and then we'll go hop in the other truck. Alright, swapping trucks. Got to do all the same checks on this truck as we did the other one this morning. Alright, we're off and running. Got to get out to open the tarp on this one. noticed this tire when we were doing the walk around. These two tires need to go. So we scheduled a tire appointment for when I get back into town. Alright, took about 30 minutes and they got me all fixed up. Thanks to Eldon and the crew there at Trotter's Tire Pros here in Broken Bow. They always do a real good job. There's Kenny's new shoes. They all look nice. Got all three trucks back to the field, and they got a late start because it was overcast all morning. So they're just now getting back to combine, and it's about probably 2 o'clock. So these trucks and the grain cart will be plenty for them to fill up. And then they've got somebody driving tomorrow. They won't need me tomorrow, but got to be back here Thursday morning. This field will probably be pretty much knocked out. They'll be somewhere else. This is their new truck here. They call it Big Red. They get all these old long haul trucks and they use them out in the field. They're a lot cheaper. And a lot of times they don't like meet emissions out in California or something like that, and they can pick them up a lot cheaper. Well, with the tire change and getting fuel, we put in 6 hours today. Probably would have been around 4.5 if we hadn't had to do all that other stuff. So we're gonna head home. It's still early, and we're gonna get some stuff done at the homestead before Kelly gets home. Dinner's already made. We got leftovers from last night, so won't have to fuss with that. But I'm going to make a big batch of ketchup tomorrow with the last batch of tomatoes that we have out on the vine. They're ready to come off. So tomorrow's ketchup day, but that's another video. So we're going to let you go. Thanks for hanging out with us this morning. And we hope you come back real soon to Markelly Farm. And stay safe. Stay healthy. Love you guys. We'll see you soon.